Anthony, I took a ferry today.
I feel like a graduate that wants to be a nomad.
Ooh.
I'm Anthony. Welcome to No Vacancy Live. That's my friend Glenn.
You're watching the #1 show in hospitality. Hey everybody, welcome to No Vacancy Live. I'm Glenn Hausman. That's Anthony Melchiori, and hopefully you are you out there. It is so great seeing everybody today. Thanks for spending some time with us. Anthony, I like today's show because we don't have a guest and we just get to kind of mess around with each other a little bit.
Oh, no guest?
Well, we could bring on Dr. Producer Suzanne, or we could not. Hey, look, we got a graphic.
Let's start the show. Suzanne, you got a question for us?
What are you most excited about for the upcoming conference that you all are going to be moderating?
All right, go back in your office.
Yeah. I'm excited to stay in a hotel because I never get to do that.
I'm excited to meet a bunch of people talking about tech because I've never really been interested in tech, but now if you're not interested in tech, you should. That's not true. I've always been interested in, but I haven't been a student of it. I've become a student of it because the next couple of years in our business are going to be mind-boggling.
Yeah, it really does seem like all things are leading in that direction. And right now, Anthony, I feel like we're in that phase where everybody's a whole lot of talk, but nobody really knows what's going on.
The first time they realize that something works efficiently and they can save a lot of money.
Yep. Hey, Danny.
It's going to change really, really quickly. Because, listen, every business is driven by saving money or making money. And, people can talk about, oh, we're going to save bodies and we're not going to do away with bodies and all that. And that's fine. And that could be your talking point. But whether it does or doesn't, that's not going to prevent people from implementing technology.
Yeah, that's right. But we all, as we talked about this week, and I feel like this week has just been underscoring the point, Anthony, that technology is essential. But without people driving everything, both front of house and in the back of house, then you're really not going to get anywhere.
Who's going to need people? But what I'm talking about is there's going to be some job elimination, and people are going to say, not really, but yeah, listen, it's inevitable, and people will just get skills to do another position. Everybody said when streaming came on, movie theaters would go out of business.
Yeah,
and on and on and on and on and on. Like every time there's.
That being said, I think AMC stock's worth about a nickel.
That's right. I know a lot of people going to movies.
Hey, listen, I just went to the movies a few weeks ago, and there's nothing that beats going to see something like that Kong and Godzilla movie, killing other monsters in the theaters. I haven't seen it yet, but that would be totally one I would see. I went to go see Dune in the theater. I did do that. What's that?
What was it?
People say it's one of the best movies of the last 10 years. I thought it was, a little long, looked beautiful, and I enjoyed my popcorn. So there was that.
I don't know anything about it. What's the movie about?
Dune is a successful series of novels from 50 plus years ago.
Okay. Yeah. My wife wants to see that. But last movie I saw was Oppenheimer.
Yeah, that's the one I think I saw before that. In fact, that's July.
Study the cliff notes and understand what the hell was going on because it went fast, and I was in a position where I couldn't really hear, and I have hearing problems. So,
right.
But it looked like it was a great movie.
Yeah. All right. So now, Anthony, you were talking about technology eliminating jobs. I'm going to put on my PR hat for a second and kind of flip the coin on that one and say it's not eliminating jobs. It's helping existing hoteliers be more productive with their time because we're not filling jobs that we used to have in the hotel business. So if we no longer have people to fill those roles, and we need to utilize technology in order to make the resources we do have stretch further.
I can't agree more.
Yeah.
My point being, in business, if somebody finds a technology that eliminates a position to make money, I've found very few people that would say, no, I'd rather spend the money on the salary and throw the technology in the garbage because I don't want to take a job away. Some people do that. But yes, in general terms, I believe there's so many jobs available that technology will basically be able to do those jobs without losing more people. Listen, we need 25% more people in our industry. We're the only industry that hasn't come back to full employment. So there's plenty of opportunity to get a job in the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And to underscore your point, well, I know we're going to talk about it when we do the keynote at High Tech, but certain technologies that didn't work, like the dinosaur check-in robots at that hotel in Japan. Turns out people actually wanted to deal with people a lot of times in those hotels.
There was a technology that was on our show where you talk into a computer and there's somebody on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And now, again, that might work, and that may be working as we speak, but I haven't really seen it. And like I said, we're in hotels every week. We're going to be in the hotel next week, right?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on by you?
Is that me? That was
I
me?
think so. I don't know. I don't. You know, my first instinct is to cast blame on someone else and not accept responsibility. So I don't know.
But we're going to be in the hotel next week, and I don't really see that much technology in hotels.
Well, we're going to be in a hotel next week, and if I believe the technology in the hotels is more just additive in terms of helping simplify the experience, such as I think they have the Amazon Alexa in the rooms, and that helps you turn on and off the lights and do stuff like that, right?
In my room.
Pardon?
I don't want Alexa in my room. I don't have it in my house, and I don't want it in my room.
Well, we have it downstairs in the kitchen, and we use it for two things. Alexa, what's the weather? And can you set the timer for 4 minutes, because that's how long it takes for my French press to steep the coffee.
Yeah, there's too much work to do that, right? Listen, everybody wants the technology that does work at the hotel we're going to works beautifully, because they have the technology, that the lights and the drapes and all that stuff, and the smart TV. And so I guess that's the technology that works, that finally, after years and years and years, some hotels have figured it out. A lot of hotels haven't.
Right.
There's a brand that I went to look at their PMS system at one of the hotels that I consult for. And I swear to God, I think I've told you this, it was a DOS-based PMS system. And it's one of the biggest brands in the world.
Wow. Yeah.
I was like, no, this is not real. This is not real.
Was it hard? Was it hard for you to get up to this screen between all of the archaeologists and stuff studying it?
I'll be honest with you. I was too angry to climb. I was just like, this is not right. This is not right especially because the kids that are using the computers today at the front, kids that are in college or just graduated, they don't know what that is. They're pushing the button and 27,000 things happen. So anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about technology, and before we move on, I just want to say the reason why the hotel we're staying at next week is you're not automatically thinking about that technology, is because the technology just is. When we're talking about it and thinking about it and ruminating about it, then that's really too far forward technology. The technology that we've built into our day-to-day experience that we just utilize without thinking about, that's the type of technology that we need to focus on a little bit more in hotels and getting us to that point. Suzanne is talking about holodecks behind the scenes.
Don't encourage Suzanne, okay?
Yeah. So we are going to Vegas next week, Anthony, and there's some good news, but there's also some very sad news out there. Hilton made another big deal while I was down at the AHOA conference. They got the rights to Nomad, and they're doing a whole deal with them. Coming after the Graduate Hotels announcement, wow, is Hilton really focusing on this upscale lifestyle space? But the bad news, Anthony, is my understanding is that the Nomad at Park MGM is going to be going away.
Oh, really? That's the first time I'm here.
Yeah, apparently it has to do with contracts and something like that. I don't know all the specifics, but I've read a couple of articles about that from Vegas writers.
Nomad somewhere in the city that's even better, which is hard to believe. But
hold on. All right. While Suzanne and I were at AHOA, she's trying to correct me backstage, and you're not chopped liver. And if you were chopped liver status, that's like the greatest thing my grandmother made me. So,
I guess as long as it had onions in it, right?
Suzanne, you're very needy today. It's not becoming.
Apparently, I am. I'm sorry. I'll go back to my box now.
All right, no, but the Nomad, everybody knows it's my favorite. That's a shame. I'm going to use. You said some sad news, and I was hoping you wouldn't say that what just happened was sad news. It's reference to. I'll just say this without using the name.
Yeah.
Hertz running through an airport died today.
No.
Yeah, you didn't know?
No,
Yeah.
no, I had no idea. I had no idea.
Did you have any juice this morning?
Uh, listen, I had no idea, man. This is the first I'm hearing about it. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the headline now. Well, we don't need to talk about him too much, but
Yeah. But anyway, so funny in my daughter's office, they didn't even know who he was, half the kids. But anyway.
well, too bad. I remember going to see the movie Speed, and then right after I left the theater, we followed that car chase.
Okay, so moving on.
All right, moving on. One of the great things about hospitality, Anthony, is everyone is so just gosh darn hospitable. And congratulations to Hilton. They've done it again. They have been named the number one of the 100 best companies to work for in the USA list, while also making this the top 100. Earning number 28 spot is IHG, making the Fortune list. So two of the big majors doing really well by their people.
I remember coming up in this world, and those two companies back in the day were not people that I knew did not want to work there. 30 years ago. So they've made some tremendous switches. I mean, all you hear about is Hilton. Hilton's doing big things, man. It's amazing what they did in Vegas. It's amazing what they're doing with the independent brands. Listen, if I was consulting, which I'm not, for Hilton, I would say Graduate and Nomad are insanely perfect.
Yeah.
And listen, their competition, I'm glad they didn't get it simply because they got too many brands as it is.
Yeah. Well, also, a couple of other great companies out there just behind those that probably could have leveraged those acquisitions as well. But it's a great fit for the Hilton portfolio.
Any other company would have leveraged it. I don't think any other company needs it as bad as Hilton needs it, because Hilton really has changed a lot. But those two brands really changed their age. I mean, those are two young brands.
Yeah, combining the hospitality industry with tech in a different kind of way. Just like the tech industry, I'm seeing a lot of brands being started now, just like tech companies, with the hopes of building a few units and then have one of the big guys come in and just swoop up and buy them, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I don't think the Nomad, that was their intention. Graduate, that was 100% their intention. Yeah. I think Nomad was more of, and Andrew Zobler is still going to be in charge. And Andrew Zobler is one of the people.
That's why it's more of like a partnership rights thing as opposed to like Graduate, which is like more of a purchase of the branding itself, not the real estate. What's that?
The majority of Nomad.
Right. Okay. And then, shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. That's too bad. It was going to be
Andrew Zobler. I think so. I think I told you offline, but I'll tell you. I was interviewed for the first Nomad ever in New York.
Right.
When it was still porta potties outside and construction was still going on, and Andrew Zobler couldn't have been nicer to me in a construction zone. Worried about, do I have water? Do I have dust on my shoes? I'll never forget that. He was so kind to me. And I took another job, but I remember seeing the diagram of it, or the design of it. And I remember saying, oh my God, this is changing everything. And then it became my office in New York City. I would have breakfast there 3 times a week.
Wow.
I could have bought a small house for what I spent in breakfast there.
That's really funny.
But it was only because I was comfortable.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And we're creature habits. Speaking of comfortable, I had to run up to Boston last night, and I came back this morning. I was driving down I-95, and you know what a pain in the ass that could be, right? So right around Bridgeport, going south, usually the traffic starts.
Where you went, I know where you went.
Yeah, so 2 miles before the traffic started, I pivoted, got myself a ticket, my car ticket for the Bridgeport ferry that goes to Port Jeff, which is 20 minutes from my house. So
you were going to say you went to New Haven.
No, I was thinking of maybe going to one of the casinos and then doing our show from there. And we have a couple of meetings later from there, but I just want to get home. But it's so nice taking the ferry ride. It's such like a civilized way of doing things, and it's so relaxed.
And it didn't add time to your travel? It took time off?
Honestly, the only time it added was because my timing was a little bit off leaving the hotel this morning. So I had to wait a little bit longer for the ferry time than normal. But with that extra 45 minutes that I sat at the ferry and the load time and the travel time and the offload time and the getting home time, I was still home right about what the GPS would have said anyway, without having to sit in all of that horrific traffic.
Wait, so you drove this morning?
Yeah, I left this morning at like 6.
Okay, Suzanne, we're shutting off the comments, Suzanne. All right.
Suzanne says, I'm a wimp. I can't handle 6+ hours of a commute in a day.
All right, Suzanne, whatever you're taking, stop taking it. And
yeah, I will say, Suzanne, when we do shows in Manhattan, because I'm 47 miles from Times Square from the Moxie. I've timed this. It's about a 3-hour car ride each way to go 47 miles in order for us to go live at noon from New York City.
I'm actually going to Google right now how far I am to the Moxie Times Square.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like 14 miles and it takes me 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the
15 miles.
how far? 15?
Right, with a little bit of traffic, it'll take me 1 hour and 2 minutes.
And that's great because it's not rush hour now. So that's really terrific timing.
Traffic, but I can get there in the morning. Like if I leave at 4 o'clock in the morning, and if there's no traffic and I just do the speed limit, I can get there in 45 minutes.
So you get there in what, 20 minutes?
No, because listen, between here and in Manhattan, there's 600,000 speed cameras.
Yeah, dude. Not only speed cameras, but 1,000 stop signs and traffic lights. You really can't.
In my neighborhood, if you're not getting a ticket a week, I get a ticket a week for going 36 and a 25 because they changed it to 25.
Yep.
And where I live, they're like highways on the bay and on the ocean. So they're like highways.
Right.
And you're doing 25 miles an hour. And even if you don't pay attention for a second, you're up to 36. I've not gotten one speeding ticket over 36 miles an hour. So I drive slow. Matter of fact, people say I'm too slow. And and you're still getting tickets. It's ridiculous. It's really, really pissed me off. And what it also pissed me off this morning with all the problems, and I love New York more than anybody, with all the challenges we have, there's an article that now they're going to not let cops wear cargo pants and shorts. Like where it's 105 degrees. Is that what you're worried about?
No, they're also worried about fleecing commuters by doing this below 60th Street tax now when you drive a car in.
Listen, I love New York, and I was in New York yesterday or the other day, and man, I love it. And it's live, but like they're doing stupid things that really piss me off.
Yeah, that's too bad. What else is on your mind today, Anthony?
What's on my mind is we are going to drop our new show, Hotel All Stars, the Breakers show, which we all know is in Florida and one of the best hotels in the world. And really excited about that. And I just did some, that's why I was in the city. I was doing some social media. So you'll see some more social media for the show. Cool. But I'm really, really excited. And I'm going to be out in Vegas next week. And maybe some of my friends in Vegas would want to do some shows out there. So we'll see.
Yeah, that should be a whole lot of fun for you. And what I really like about the show at the Breakers is it's like you said, one of the best hotels in the country. And in the first episode, you're at one of the most fun hotels in the country. So it's really showing different styles of hospitality that your potential all-stars can deliver.
And it's true because actually the name of my book was going to be From Noel Coward to SpongeBob, because I was at Algonquin Hotel dedicating a suite to Noel Coward. And I had the ambassador of England in the room, and I was in a tuxedo. And literally by noon the next day, I was in a polo shirt at Nickelodeon hanging out with SpongeBob because I took over that hotel. So literally in your career in this industry, you can learn who Noel Coward was because I didn't know. And then I didn't really know much about SpongeBob because I'm not a big Nickelodeon guy at the time. And you literally are sitting, in a tuxedo and in a polo shirt in Florida. It's amazing. This is an amazing industry. So same thing with Margaritaville. We're hanging out with Tamara and her folks, with the guy with the hat on backwards, and everybody's having fun. And then we go to the Breakers, where it's a little bit more of people who bought it, sold it, invented it.
Nice. I love it. I can't wait to see this show. I think you've been a little coy on when it's dropping specifically.
I've been a little coy because there's been some wonderful opportunities in the background that we have to overcome. I would say there were challenges, and I would say, but I would just say that we will drop it at the right time.
All right. I love it. I can't wait to see this episode. I'm very excited for you. And hopefully we'll get to see a lot more of them coming forward. Anthony, I don't got much else to say. I'm kind of like been just working, traveling, working. So if you're cool.
Mention where are you going next?
Next week, I'll be in Las Vegas with you, I believe. Yeah. We're going to be, what's that? I'm sorry?
Where are you going after that?
After that, I'm home for a week, and then I'm doing a keynote speech for PM Hospitality. Then I'll be in Las Vegas for Choice Hotels Conference, and then I'm going straight from there to do some work for TPG for their annual conference. Then I'm going straight from there to Memphis to do a little tour and eat some meals, hopefully with some fun Hilton people.
Wow, you were rocking and rolling, buddy.
Yeah, and then it's going to be what, mid-May by then? Yeah, and then got the extended stay hotel forum coming up on May 21st, so I'm excited for that. Maybe you'll be able to join on that one, Anthony. I got you a pass. It's in New York City if you're interested in doing that.
New York City, I may be able to go. I know I'm doing something on the 23rd, and my birthday's on the 24th. I'm going to be 74 years old.
And I'm telling you, you don't look a day over 72. So congrats.
I'm going to be 59 years old, my friend.
That's crazy, man.
But look how good I look.
It's really crazy. Kim says, I was at the Peabody and Demons Hatch. But Kim, I meant to say Nashville. I'm not going to be in Memphis. I'm going to be in Nashville. I am so sorry. But yes, next time I am in Memphis, I will definitely reach out to you. And right now, I think that's going to be in August. So we'll see about that. Because I hear August is a great time to be in.
He's not a son of a bitch. He's actually, he would have.
What's that?
I said, you're not really a son of a bitch. You were. She called you son of a bitch. Did you see that?
No. Well, my mom was a female dog, so she's not 100% incorrect.
No, but let's talk about the most important thing that's happening on Earth right now. Mrs. Peaches and Dave Portnoy.
What?
Okay, Mrs. Peaches is Dave Portnoy's dog, and she has 1 million followers. And he now has a major female base because every female in the world is flipping over Miss Peaches. Now, I don't want to be on the wrong side of history here because I think Dave Portnoy is a marketing friggin' genius. But if I have to see a grown man basically kissing and licking on his dog, I had to block it because I just can't see that feed anymore. But Mrs. Peaches yesterday had her first pizza review, and Mrs. Peaches liked the pizza. So Glenn, if you don't know about Mrs. Peaches.
Oh, well, I'm still not over the passing of Grumpy Cat, so I haven't been able to do any more animal social media since then.
Well, yeah. So just go on just to see how pathetic it is, but it's working because he has more female followers now than ever. And somebody called Mrs. Peaches ugly pretty, and then he went online and just started screaming and cursing at this woman. And listen, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, for sure. Oh God, let's get out of here.
All right, bye. When we're talking about Mrs. Peaches, we're screwed.
That's so messed up. All right, yeah.
I'm going to be controversial. I've got about 10 of Dave Portnoy's pizza guys. Now, I'm Italian from Brooklyn. I think I know something about pizza, and I would say the majority of the pizzas that he ranked, I did not like. Matter of fact, one pizza place I recently went to, I threw the pizza in the garbage, and he highly ranked it.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry to hear that because I like him, but listen, I got to call it what it is.
Hey, it happens. By the way, Buddy's Pizza Cake in Vegas is pretty decent. By the way,
Pizza Cake, where's that?
It's Harrah's or Flamingo or something like that. Yeah,
I don't like it, but I'll try his pizza.
A lot of time when I'm in Vegas, I eat pizza because I'm on the move. I don't want to sit down and have a $400 meal. That kind of a thing.
And you may have the munchies, so that happens.
Maybe I don't know, but anyway. Next week, Las Vegas, Anthony and I are going to be interviewing the incredible Todd Avery Lenahan. He's the president and head of development and design with Win. So we're going to talk about some really cool projects. That's going to be a recorded show because we're doing it in their studio. We also have a show set for you next week with LWH Advisors and Dan Lesser talking about a lot of stuff that people don't typically talk about in the hotel business. And while I was in Orlando, I grabbed a video with the guy who runs Caribe Royale. They just did a $140 million renovation on that. And I talked to him a little bit about bumping up the hotel from 3 stars to 4 stars and what that process was like. Plus, if you're going to be down at the Sphere for the Phish shows, drop me a line. Let's do a happy hour. Let's have some fun because I'm going to be going to all 4 of those concerts next week.
What day is the Phish show? The first one?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Thursday. Am I going to be there Thursday?
I don't feel leaving on Monday.
Maybe I'll go. It's going to be insane.
I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, everybody. You're going to want to follow us by downloading your podcast wherever you get the podcast feed, or following us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and of course, NoVacancyNews.com to follow my saga about whether I'm going to be able to make it through all 4 shows in Las Vegas. So thanks everyone for being here. We'll see you next week. And remember, you've got one life, so blaze on and
Be kind to yourself.